Hey guys, it's me again with a new Minecraft video. Now I've been testing out the latest snapshot lately, and with all the new hoppers and droppers and redstone block comparators, all the new stuff, people are actually coming up with really cool new things, and I actually wanted to show you this a design of mine for a one wide player hopper shop. Wow, that's a mouthful. Okay, so yeah, there's this craze on YouTube going on right now where people are coming up with all new sorts of ideas for player shops. Now there's already a custom filter, an mcedit filter that allows you to create custom villager shops. Now villagers are unreliable, they can escape, they can die, they can cause lag and all sorts of problems. Hopper shops, I think, are much more better and much more efficient. So the hopper shop I created is one wide, just like all the others on YouTube, except my shop has a few tweaks here and there. Let me just show you. Okay, so here is one segment of the hopper shop. So this hopper shop feeds on redstone torches and it gives apples. So this is a 1:1 ratio hopper shop, which basically means if I give it one redstone torch, it's gonna give me one apple. And here's the input. You put whatever you want to trade in here, and yeah, okay, yeah, and I got an apple. Awesome. So yeah, so a lot of you might be wondering, why aren't I using any chests? Well, this shop, the version I built, did use chests, but chests are really unreliable because you can't place them too close to each other or they're going to merge and form large double chests, and then you can't put a chest right next to a double chest because that's impossible. You can use these new trapped chests, but unfortunately once you put an item inside, you have to go out of the chest, otherwise the item is not going to flow down, because when there's a hopper underneath a trap chest, and if you put an item inside the chest, the chest is actually gonna cause the hopper to shut down, and the hopper does not suck down the item. So I thought, if I can't use chests, what will I use? And I thought, yeah, dispensers. They got a nice GUI. I really like that, and yeah, I just thought dispensers would be fun, instead of using boring old chests. And chests are a bit noisy too, that's a bonus. So yeah, so 1:1 ratio. So this is one wide, and of course it's tileable. I forgot to mention that this is tileable. So as you can see, there's not much redstone, very little redstone in fact. Yeah, okay, so this is a 1:1 ratio one. This one is 1:4, which means if you give it one input, it will give you 4 outputs. So if I give it one redstone torch, it should give me 4 apples. So let's try that out. There you go, 4 apples. Awesome. Okay, how does that work? Well, it actually works with the new comparator. So when the comparator powers this this dispenser, it's also giving block updates. So this comparator is actually turned on for quite some time, and during that time it somehow gives 4 block updates to this dispenser, and so this dispenser will dispense out 4 items. And that's a cool way of using comparators to manipulate dispensers. Yeah, so this is something I didn't intend. Like, I was building this and I put the comparator here by mistake, and I kept on wondering, why does this keep giving me 4 apples instead of 1? And then I saw the comparator, and I thought, hey, this could be a new tweak. And yeah, okay, so this is all good and well, but what's so special about my version? Well, the thing is, if I try to cheat this shop, so I'm like, oh, redstone torch is too valuable, I'm gonna give it some bones instead. If I try to cheat the shop like that, well, what happens is I'm not gonna get my items back. in other designs, if you try to cheat the shop, or if you accidentally put in something, if you accidentally put in an item that's not supposed to go there, it's going to get sucked down and you won't get it back. However, my shop doesn't do that. So I'm going to put in powered rail, and I should be getting the apple. Nope, it doesn't work. Okay, so I wasted a perfectly good powered rail on apples. So how do I get it back? Easy. See this right here, just reach down. Oh look, magic, the powered rail is right there. Awesome. It works for any item. Fire charge just goes right in there. Yeah. So that's how that works. And to prove that it's tileable, I have a bunch of them stacked up like this. I'm actually gonna get rid of these. I don't need them. Yeah. Okay. Let's try redstone torch. Okay, I got a piece of coal. Let's try this. Okay, got a nether star. Awesome. Let's try the last one. It needs an empty map. Oh look, a golden nugget. Awesome. Yes, I'm just gonna delete them. I don't need them. Okay, so yeah, that's all well and good. Okay, now I guess I better explain how this works. If you don't want to listen to the explanation, you can just cut the video right here. Yeah, so I'm gonna include an mcedit schematic for you guys to download, and you can just copy and paste all over your world. And this is tileable, by the way. How many times did I say that? Okay. So how does this work? I'm actually gonna have to break some of this to show you how it works. So yeah. So the input goes in here as well. The input comes from here, obviously, and the output is there. And yeah, this actually works on signal strength level. So inside this hopper, I have redstone torches, and if you add all these torches together, all these torches up, it makes 22 torches. So if I were to add a 23rd torch in this stack, what would happen is this signal, this hopper right now is giving off a signal of 1. If I add one more item, it's going to give a signal of 2. And when that happens, it's actually going to cause this torch to turn off, and a chain reaction goes all the way, and this dispenser dispenses out an item. So you're probably wondering, okay, so I put an item comes in here, it becomes 23, chain reaction, dispenser, fires, blah blah blah, but then this hopper has 23 items, and you're probably wondering, why doesn't the items just flow down into this one? Well, that's actually because the hopper beneath is actually being powered. So I actually realized something, that if you were to place two hoppers both facing down, you know, like in the normal state, this is the normal state. If I were to place two hoppers like that, and if I had items in the top hopper, and I didn't want the items from the top hopper to flow down, I would have to power both of these hoppers at the same time. Otherwise the item is going to flow down no matter what. So how do I overcome that? Well, easy. Place the hopper facing a different direction. So now I only have to power this hopper to stop the items from this hopper flowing down into this one. So I don't have to power this one. Yeah, because otherwise I had to find a way to receive a signal from this hopper as well as power it. So that's kind of challenging. I didn't want to do that, so I figured out this. So yeah, like I said, it hits 23 items. The signal is going to cause this torch to turn off. This piston is going to retract. It's going to cause this pulse limiter to send a pulse of 1, 2, 3 ticks, and this pulse hits this torch, which turns off this comparator. Thus this hopper becomes active and it turns off and on, and that gives this hopper enough time to receive one item from the top one. So one item goes here and it immediately turns back on, preventing any more items from coming down. Thus this hopper goes back to 22 items, and signal turns back to 1. Then it easily flows down from this hopper to here. And you're probably wondering, if this hopper is being powered, how can it flow down? Well, yeah, like I said before, I had to power both of these hoppers to stop the items from flowing down. So even if this hopper is being powered, the items are going to flow down into this. So into this hopper, into this dispenser right here. Man, my tongue hurts. Tongue twisters. Okay, yeah. So if you're the owner of the shop, you can just nicely come down here, and you can just take all your items. It's super easy. But then how does it know if you've given it the wrong item? Well, let me just explain that. So since this hopper is filled up with redstone torches, it's actually filled up in a really weird way. It's actually scattered, so all the slots are filled. If I were to place an item that is not a redstone torch into this dispenser, it's going to flow down into this hopper. This hopper is going to try to push it inside this one, but it's not going to work because it's already filled up with redstone torches and there's no room for any of the items. So there's nowhere else to go but here. But if I were to place a redstone torch inside this dispenser, it's going to flow directly down. It's not going to go this way. I have no idea why that happens, but if I put it into this dispenser, it's going to flow directly down, ignoring this dispenser. But if I put a redstone torch inside this hopper, it's gonna send it directly to the dispenser like that. And yeah, that's basically how the system works. So like I said, I will put a download link in the description for the schematic. You guys can download, go check it out. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you like my content, if you like my idea, you can subscribe. That would make me extremely happy. Oh yeah, and I had one last idea. Like, this dispenser is currently now facing this way. You could place it so that it faces upwards. And the reason for that is because if you're feeling lazy, and imagine you put detector rail in there and you're like, oh shit, and you don't want to reach into this dispenser and pull the detector rail out. Well, you could put a pressure plate here and you could just, you know, move back, step on the pressure plate. It's going to dispense the item and it's going to come right back to you. Yeah, something like that if you're like ultra lazy. But I don't like I tried that, but it's really noisy, so nah, maybe not. But if you guys want, you can try that out. Okay, so yeah, and one last thing, you can actually, if you can figure out a way to adjust the timings, like how long this comparative will stay on, if you can actually figure out a way to adjust that, find an adjustable way, you can actually give like one item, you can create new ratios like 1 to 6, 1 to 8, 1 to 2 maybe. But for now, just putting a regular old comparator there just makes it 1 to 4. And this is not a good deal, but how about an emerald for 4 diamonds? That sounds like a good deal. Alright guys, so thanks for watching. This is Dogam signing off. Yes, that's how I want to be called now, not Dogam Rocks. So yeah, this is Dogam signing off. Don't forget to rate, comment and subscribe.